All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying Baruch Yahweh, Baruch Yahweh Shai, Baruch Yahweh, Baruch Yahweh Shai, Baruch Yahweh, Baruch Yahweh Shai, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, Great Millstone, who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you sincere Akim out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath that are out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this video. I don't want to Ratazah to be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go into Rakah Kwadash. And this lesson is going to be based upon an article that I saw. Salakia, let it pull up. This article that I saw on Now This News. I saw it. It popped up in my feed, and I had to do a lesson on it. Might be a little bit long. Hopefully not too long. I got a couple scriptures, a handful of scriptures that I wanted to just run through. They're pretty much self-explanatory, but again, it's based upon this article that I saw on Now This News. It's from 16 hours ago. It says Oklahoma government officials caught on tape discussing killing journalists and lynching black people. Again, Oklahoma government officials caught on tape discussing killing journalists and lynching black people. So let's read a little bit of the article. It says Oklahoma government Kevin Stitt is pushing for the resignations of McCurtain County Sheriff Kevin Clardy, Sheriff's Captain Alicia Manning, District 2 Commissioner Mark Jennings, and Jail Administrator Larry Hendricks after leaked audio revealed they spoke about killing journalists and lynching black people. There is simply no place for this hateful rhetoric in the state of Oklahoma, especially by those that serve to represent the community through their respective office, Stitt said in a statement. I will not stand idly by while this takes place. The audio recording was taken after a March 6 County Commission meeting. Bruce Willingham, publisher of the McCartan Gazette News, said she left a recording device inside the meeting room because he suspected the officials would continue conducting county business after the public had departed. So this was a closed door, right after they had a public showing you they're a bunch of goddamn hypocrites and demons and liars, and they have a perpetual hatred, which we're going to get into. That's why the Lord said, never trust thine enemy. The audio recording was taken after a March 6 County Commission meeting. Bruce Willingham, publisher of the McCartan Gazette News, said he left a recording device inside the meeting room because he suspected the officials would continue conducting county business after the public had departed, in violation of Oklahoma law, as reported by the Associated Press. At one point during the recording, the group of officials can be heard discussing both Willingham and his son Chris, a reporter for the same outlet. In reference to the father-son duo, Jennings appears to tell Clardy and Manning, I know where 2 deep holes are dug if you need them. And Clardy responds, I've got an excavator. Wow. Jennings can also be heard saying he knows 2 or 3 hitmen in Louisiana. And at another point, he appears to lament not being able to hang black people, saying, take them down to Mud Creek and hang them up with a rope. It says, Slaki. And at another point, he appears to lament not being able to hang black people, saying, take them down to Mud Creek and hang them up with a damn rope. But you can't do that anymore. They got more rights than we got. According to multiple sources, the audio recording has been turned over to the FBI and Oklahoma Attorney General for further investigation. So there you have it. This devil hates your goddamn guts. And 2/3 of our own people are going to realize the hard way. You know, they're going to learn that this man hates you. It was from birth, man. You know, two manner of people were separated in Rebecca's womb, man. Two different nations, two completely different spirits, you know. And Esau Edom has a perpetual hatred against you, man. That's why Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai said, never trust thine enemy. All right, for as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So, I'm gonna run through them. I don't want to make it too long. Let's see. I started Ezekiel 35:2. The main point is in 5. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord, Adawan Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. This is the future prophecy, which is quickly coming to pass. I will lay thy cities desolate. So I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh. Why? Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. Perpetual meaning never ending. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Yasharallah, Israel, by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Adawan Yahweh, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men. In thy hills and in thy valleys and in all the rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. So that's the point. A recompense is coming, okay? A recompense is coming for what you did to your brother Jacob, okay? To this day, all right? Let's see Amos. Let's hit Amos 1:11. Let's see. Yeah, 1:11. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother, who was Esau, Edom's brother, Jacob, Yasharallah, you tribes. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Why? Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. And a lot of you tribes are going to find out the hard way. You think this devil has your best interest at heart when he hates your goddamn guts. You know, to this day. You know, take good heed of him. You know, Obadiah 1:10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. And that's why he's trying to whitewash history, rewrite history, because it's shameful spewing on his glory. You know how America was established off the rape, robbing, and bloodshed of you tribes. Okay, matter of fact, wherever the hell this devil went, he stole it. He took it by violence, by the force of the sword. But that goes back to his blessing that Isaac gave him. The fatness of the earth by the sword. Okay? His what called colonialism. You know, his what else he called it? Imperialism. His manifest destiny, the Monroe Doctrine. You know? It was his destiny. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You know? But hey, riches got by deceit. The kingdom is about to be translated. You know? And chiefly for what you did to your brother Jacob. To this day. You know? Hey, matter of fact, that was the spirit that was on Esau from the gate. You know, as soon as Jacob got the blessing, he supplanted him, Yaiquab. You know, what did he say? As soon as the days of mourning are done, I'm going to slay, mourning my father are done, I'm going to slay my brother Jacob. And he got that same energy to this day. That's why we know race wars are coming, class wars are coming, sedition, evil times on the horizon. And a lot of you jakes are in for a rude awakening. You think he's your goddamn friend. He hates your goddamn guts. And as his kingdom is falling, what does the Lord say? The enemy shall come in like a flood. You know? For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. You're going to get Obadiah 1:18. Okay? After 1,000 years of hardcore slavery. Okay? This is Zechariah 2 and 8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. Right? That's what Esau Edom did. He spoiled us. He destroyed us to this day. You know? Chiefly by beating our heritage out of us, beating our power out of us, beating the knowledge of who we are, out of us, and putting himself up as God and the author of righteousness, It says, no marvel, for Satan has transformed himself into an angel of light, you know. But that was his lot. He's Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's whipping stick on the left hand side, and it happened to us for our disobedience, which I'm gonna bring out. It was a punishment. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai put us in the hands of the cruelest nation on the face of the earth, Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And we've been in captivity so long, majority of our people got Stockholm syndrome. They love their oppressor. They love their captor. They love their daddy. And they don't want to go to the kingdom. They don't want to go to heaven unless Esau's with them. So hey, those that are joined hand in hand with him gonna get thrusted through. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. That's why it's a righteous thing to recompense tribulation of them that trouble us. Who troubled us? Esau Edom. And he's going to pay for it. But it was a curse. It was our punishment for our disobedience. Isaiah 42 and 24. For who gave Jacob for a spoil? And Israel, Yasharallah, to the robbers. Who gave Yaiquab for a spoil and Yasharallah to the robbers? Did not the Lord Yahweh? Because we went into this devil's hands for our disobedience. It was divine intervention. That's why we fell. It wasn't because Esau Edom was so strong or so powerful. It said the one people shall be stronger than the other. We're stronger. Jacob is stronger. It wasn't that Esau was so smart. It was for our disobedience. It was a punishment. But Jake think he's our friend. He's got our best interests at heart. This man is here to destroy you, man. Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Yasharallah to the robbers? Did not the Lord Yahweh, against whom we have sinned? For they walked not in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law to this day. Jacob got a covering, but not a covering of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. They got a covering of Esau Edom. They got a covering of these heathens. They walking to go down to Egypt for help. They're trusting. They're putting their trust in a nation that can't save them. They're looking for a nation that hates them to save them. Ain't that crazy? But it is what it is. 2/3 of you gonna learn the hard way. This man is not your goddamn friend. Let me run through. I'm gonna close out here. Baruch chapter 4. Let me run through. I might skip around. Baruch 4 and 1. This is the book of the commandments of Yahweh and the law that endure forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. The man that wandereth out of the way to understand it shall remain in the congregation of the dead. All right? This truth, this light, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, it quickens you. It makes you alive. It says, turn thee, O Jacob, repent. Turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Give not thine honor to another. But Jake trimmed their ways to seek love. They give all their strength to Esau Edom, to this world, to these heathens. Things that are unprofitable, vain things. It says, give not thine honor to another, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. O Yasharallah, happy are we, for things that are pleasant to Yahweh are made known unto us. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Yasharallah, Zion, monument, It says, ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction. It was a punishment, right? But it was to get us to consider. These curses are upon us for a sign and a wonder, for us to consider and repent. You know? It says, you were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved Yahweh to wrath. You know? Ye were delivered unto the enemies. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to Yahweh. And our people are still doing it to this day. But guess what? A remnant is returning. It says, ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. For when she saw the wrath of Yahweh coming upon you, she said, hearken, O ye that dwell about Zion, Yahweh hath brought upon me great mournings. For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them. With joy did I nourish them, but sent them away with weeping and mourning. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai said he was wroth with his people. He polluted his inheritance. It says, let no man rejoice over me, a widow and forsaken of many, who for the sins of my children am left desolate, because they departed from the law of Yahweh. They knew not his statutes, nor walked in the ways of his commandments, nor trod in the paths of his discipline in his righteousness. Let them that dwell about Zion come and remember ye the captivities of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting hath brought upon them. For he hath brought a nation upon them from far, Esau, Edom. For he hath brought a nation, they came from the so-called old world to the new world, you know, you know. For he hath brought a nation upon them from far, a shameless nation, Esau, Edom. And it's a shameless nation and of a strange language, who neither reverenced old man nor pitied child. These have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow, and left her that was alone desolate without daughters. But what can I help you? For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. That's the good news. That's the gospel. Our redemption is nigh, and Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to pay every one of our adversaries back. Chiefly Esau, Edom. They're going to drink double of the cup that they made us drink. Okay? It says, for he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. Go your way, O my children, go your way, for I am left desolate. Let's see, let me see. 21. Be of good cheer, O my children, cry unto the Lord, Adawan, and he will deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies. That's what we do. We sigh and cry daily. You know, we put Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai in remembrance, okay, of the promise that he made to our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you know, to that covenant, you know. We put him in remembrance of his words, you know. For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you. That's salvation, being delivered, chiefly from this impeding destruction. For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you, and joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting our Savior. For I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but Yahweh will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever. Let's see. I'll read a little bit more. It says, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, all these heathens saw our downfall. You know, and Yahweh Shai said, who shall bemoan thee? You know, who shall rise up for me against the evildoer? Nobody spoke out. You know, all these heathens, matter of fact, they were confederate with Esau, Edom to this day. All these nations hate our guts. That's why it says the dog licked our wounds. That's why they're all 17 heathen nations are going right into captivity with Esau, Edom, because they all with the shits. They all played a part in our downfall. All right? You see? And just like they saw us fall, they're going to see us rise, baby. And oh, what a rising it's going to be. And that's what we're waiting for. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to rise up to the prey. Like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they see shortly our redemption is nigh. Your salvation from our power, Yahweh, which shall come upon you with great glory, the strangeness of our salvation, and brightness of the everlasting. My children, suffer patiently, the patience and the faith of the saints. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Patient mean to suffer. We're patiently waiting for the big payback. That's what I'm entitled is, the big payback. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh. For thine enemy hath persecuted thee. Again, this devil is your enemy. He's not your friend. He hates your guts. It's perpetual. It's never ended. And he kept it to this day, forever. You know? Two manner of people were separated in Rebekah's womb. Two nations. Two different spirits. The protagonist and the antagonist. One righteous, one wicked. Jacob is the righteous. Esau is the wicked. And he hates his brother Jacob to this day. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from Yahweh. For thine enemy have persecuted thee. They hunt our steps that we cannot go into the streets. You see it. But shortly thou shalt see his destruction. The joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. Hey, Yahweh Bashim and Yahweh Shai set the bounds which this devil can't pass. It says, for thine enemy have persecuted thee. He was as swift as the eagle. Cruel nation, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction, and shalt tread upon his neck. My delicate ones have gone rough ways, and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. Be of good comfort, O my children, and cry unto Yahweh, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. For as it was your mind to go astray from Yahweh, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. For he that brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. We're finally going to be able to rest in the kingdom. You know, when our big brother returns and we're changed. We get them new bodies. This mortal shall put on immortality. We're going to get the new covenant. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to take away the stony heart and give us a fleshy heart. We're going to be perfect. We're not going to go off anymore. Then we're going to be able to rest. Because this is not our rest. This place is polluted. It will destroy you with a sword destruction. Now is the time to fight. You know? Push. For he that brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, and remember, we're a people before a place, and we're scattered amongst the four corners of the earth. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. That's the good news. That's the gospel. I might as well finish it out. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. They're miserable. That's why they talking shit. Their kingdom is falling. You know. They catching hell. Esau, Edom catching hell. All these heathens catching hell. You know. Chiefly because Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai putting hell on them, plaguing them. All these curses. Salakia. Deuteronomy 30. All these curses that came upon us are going upon them that hate us. You know. Their children are dying. You know, they're getting, they're being oppressed by their own people, the wicked elite. They're bringing in the squeeze, the Hegelian dialect. You know, the middle class is being eroded. You know, their children are strung out on drugs, just like our children were. You know, their 401ks are vanishing. You know, their kingdom is collapsing. This place is circling the drain. They're miserable. And Jake doing pretty good. The average Jake is doing pretty good, man. Jake is coming up. You know, Jake talking about removing the curses, getting some generational wealth. Jake acquiring land and getting so-called good jobs. You know, rising up to high positions in this kingdom, becoming judges, lawyers, politicians. You know, CEOs, owning businesses. You think this devil is happy? This devil is pissed off. That's why he's about to come down with great wrath. You know? You think he gonna go down? He think he's just gonna go into the corner and just submit? No, he gonna resort back to what he knows, the sword. You know, them teeth gonna come out. The horns are about to come out. Their true nature, they're gonna resort back to their true spirit, their true nature. Okay, you know, going back to hanging you and lynching you and dragging you in the back of pickup trucks. Them days are coming back. Burning crosses. Like, man, you forgot who you dealing with. You dealing with the devil the Bible speaks of. Esau Edom, the so-called white man. The wicked per Malachi 1 and 4. And he hates your goddamn guts. You know, but now you think he's your friend. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, yeah, they sent gifts to one another, you know? You know? They sold a boy for a harlot and a girl for wine, you know? Sent gifts to one another, you know? They were happy, man. Lynching you, having old picnics, you know, pick a nigga to hang, you know, piling up them damn those railroad trains, those what you call them, those carts, filling the carts up, you know, coming from all over the so-called Americas, United States, to go to a public lynching of a nigger, you know. And then they took pictures, put you on the back of postcards, made a big old event of it, you know, selling foods and shit. It was a big old extravaganza. That's when America was great, you know. And Esau Edom was rejoicing, you know. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved of her own desolation. In 1 hour so great riches shall come to naught. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. If you want to know who the proud nation is, the proudest nation on the face of the earth, whose look was more stout than the rest of her fellows, read the book of Obadiah. The pride of her heart have deceived her. Her terribleness have deceived her. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. For fire, that's how this place is going out, with fire. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, intercontinental ballistic missiles, the second death, the lake of fire, thermonuclear destruction, plus the laser beams off the chariots. In 1 hour so great riches shall come to naught. This place is going to be made desolate. For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. This place is going to be desolate. O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from Yahweh. Because Yahweh Shah HaMashiach is coming from the east with all the thousands of heavens, what you call UFOs. Those are the chariots of the angels, and that's how he's coming back, as birds flying, you know, to defend Jerusalem. He's coming from the east to deliver us, you know, the elect of Yasharallah. O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from Yahweh. Lo, thy sons come, who thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west. He's going to gather his elect from the four winds of the earth. By the word is what's gathering us. This gospel, this good news, it's what's gathering us. This word of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, this sound doctrine. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west, by the word of the Holy One, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh. Hey, that's the point. Our redemption is nigh. Keep fighting, keep pushing. We're close. Shalom. Wa abad babor. Kwam Yasharallah.